Check, check, check. What's going on?
Category 111. Taxi to runway 27 left. Contact tower when ready. Taxiing to runway 27 right. Speedbird 3645.
The audio working. All right. You should be able to hear me now.
Pushback approved. Expect runway 27 right. Taxiing to runway 27 right.
All right, let me know. Give me a happy emoji face or something if you can hear me so we can get started.
November 232 Golf Romeo. November 150 Mike Juliet. Pushback approved. Expect runway 27 right. London Heathrow ground. November 232 Golf Romeo. Ready.
Yes, sir. Louis, if you can keep the chat clean, please. Welcome, though. I'm glad you're here, bro. But just watch your language in the chat. I asked. Anyway, so man, today's it's gonna be a good day. Happy Monday, guys. For me, my Monday just started. So for some of you guys, your Monday is on the way out. But for me, I'm just getting started on my Monday. So good morning, anybody who's in the States. Good evening, good afternoon, anybody who is not. But I'm excited for today's flight. We're headed to Vienna today. As you saw in the intro quote for the day is you got two choices. Either you can what was it again? I already forgot. Let's go back to it. Every morning you have two choices: continue to sleep with your dreams or wake up and chase them. I love it. I love it because as long as you keep on waking up and chasing your dreams, someday you'll be able to say that I live my dreams. That's what I tell you every day. Anyways, let's get going. Let's get some weight and balance going on. Let's get some fuel in this thing. We're headed to Vienna, expecting about a 2.5-hour flight. Actually, originally when I planned this flight, I thought it was going to be an 1.5 hour. But it's looking like it may be 2 hours and a half. So we're going to do an hour plus 15 minutes. So 2.5. So it'll be 3 hours and 45 minutes of fuel today. And then as far as passengers, we'll do about, not a complete full flight, but put about 100 or so in there. Cargo, put that right in the middle. And it's going to put us right in the middle. We got our max landing weight right there. We're good right there. We had to go back. Time, we'll do current. That's already on current. And I think as far as everything else, we're good. One other thing that I want to do, and I'm trying to remember what that is. I am at gates. Crap. Let's see, let's go to the map. I'm over here somewhere. I don't remember what gate I'm at. I do not remember. I'm sorry. I know I'm on the east side of the ramp. I'm on the east side of the airport, closest to 27 left and 27 right, which is our active runways today. I'm not sure which one they're going to give us because we're like right in the middle. So they may give us 27 left, they may give us 27 right. I've already imported my flight plan and everything. So we should be good there. That's another reason that I'm actually starting to stream a little bit later, is because I've been trying to get my flight plans ready before I start to stream, so you don't have to sit through that part. Because sometimes it takes some trial and error, because sometimes waypoints don't want to show up. We're heading over here to Lima Oscar Whiskey Low, Vienna, Austria. I've been wanting to go here for a while. This is also in a suggestion that was sent to my Discord channel a while ago. I was trying to decide where I want to fly today, and I was like, man, I can't really decide where I want to go. I want to go somewhere that's like pretty and nice and beautiful and stuff like that. But I could not decide where to go. I also wanted to fly somewhere where it was already daytime. So, and also not too long. I have a very busy week going on this week, so I'm only going to be probably doing one flight a stream for this week because I have a lot going on for work and other stuff like that. So I'm trying to do just single flights. So we're headed to Vienna. Let's go ahead and turn the seatbelt signs on. No smoking signs. Nav lights and beacon lights. We got another British Airways on our right in the 747. That's a lot of plane. It's a lot of plane for this flight. Don't need that much plane. But hey, you fly whatever you want. I'm gonna fly what I want. I'm actually flying. Lately, I've been trying to find out what exact aircraft and airlines are flying the routes that I've been flying. So there's an actual flight that actually just landed in Vienna. It's a British Airways A320. Now, Infinite Flight doesn't have the British Airways A320. It only has the British Airways A319. So we're in the little bitty baby bus today. The nickname baby bus because it's so tiny. Look at it. So little. So yeah, anyway, let's go ahead and get started. It's going to be a pretty busy airport here in London Heathrow. We are on the training service, so guys, please keep it professional. Don't taxi into each other. Don't taxi through the grass and wait in line and stuff like that. You know what you're supposed to do. Just do it. All right, gonna go ahead and contact ground. I think we're already on ground. Yes, we are. There's ground. I'm gonna go ahead and request pushback, and let's see what runway he gives us. Welcome aboard, guys. Welcome. Thank you guys for joining again. It's always good to see you. I hope you guys had a good weekend. Commander Star Chaser, what's going on? Fua Lillian, Pedro, what's going on? Gaming Swar, Toby Taylor, Raphael, Noah, Antonio, what's going on, my friend? Nice, we get to go over the Alps. I'm excited about that. Alright, cool. George is next to me on which side, my right or my left? This is actually my first time ever flying the A319 or the a British Airways livery. I have nothing against British Airways. I just never flown with their livery before. And again, like I kind of talked about last stream, some like airlines and liveries, some is like they're so overused, like British Airways, like Emirates. So a lot of times I don't fly with them because I just see them so much. I choose not to fly them. But again, I'm using a real life flight plan today, so this aircraft is actually doing this flight, so I decided to do it. Real quick, before we get started though, let's go and take care of, I want to do this for Infinite Passenger too. I want to get paid for it, if possible. So we'll go ahead to Infinite Passenger and go ahead and select Blue Arrow Global for our airline we're going to be flying with today. I do not have the A319er, so we're going to go ahead and buy one. And thanks to all you guys who've been flying for Blue Arrow Global on Infinite Passenger, we have so much money that I've been able to buy a lot of new aircraft lately. I bought the A320, about to buy the A329, I bought the A330. I'm trying to get the price as low as I can, that's why I keep tapping it. Tapping it. I'm trying to get below 22 million. See if we can make that happen. 51, 78, 73, 71, 40, 33, 65, 64. Come on, baby, you can do it. 66, 47, 32. Come on. Okay, give me the 20. Give me the 20s. 40, 82. Okay, it keeps getting higher. 55, 58, 73, 70, 73, 72, 31. Oh my gosh, come on. We were there. 25. Oh man, we're close. We're close, real close. I feel like I'm gambling right now. 29, oh, 71, 64, 41, 42, 79, 38. Oh my gosh, come on. Ah, 26. I pressed it. I probably should have, I should have did with 26. I should have been happy with 26, but I'm not happy. 25 will do that. Buy used. Now it's ours. Now we have the A319. We can fly that for our airline. I'm going to go ahead and select that Airbus A319er. Not worry about any of this stuff. We're going to turn off the safety recording for copyright reasons. Hit start. 86 passengers on board, and we're back into infinite flight. All right, calibrate. Sorry about that, guys. Struggle. Okay. So I'm waiting for pushback. I'm going to ask him again because I think I disappeared maybe when he told me to do it. So we're back in here.
Ready for pushback. London Heathrow ground. Ryanair 271. Ready for pushback. Blue 116.
All right, Raphael, it's all good if you can't chat, man. But thanks for flying. Was already pushback is approved. Go ahead and acknowledge that. I'm gonna go ahead and start the engines as we're pushing back today. We do have a little bit of space behind us, so we're gonna watch out for that. Flight has been started. Let's go ahead and calibrate, make sure we don't do that. Hopefully we have enough space. I'm probably gonna push back right between these guys behind us. And like I said, we're gonna go ahead and start the engines as we're pushing back. Right there.
Sierra Yankee Charlie Echo. Ready to taxi. Austrian 449.
Hoping for a very beautiful flight today.
Austrian 449.
Everybody's telling me it's going to be a beautiful flight. We do have another aircraft behind us.
London Heathrow ground.
Starting up the right engine.
Ready to taxi.
That's engine number 2.
Sierra Yankee Charlie Echo. Continue taxi.
Is the A318 the baby bus? I thought the A319 was also a baby bus because it's so tiny. We do have an aircraft pushing back behind us. I'm going to go ahead and turn now.
Taxi to runway 27 right. Contact tower when
So
ready.
we don't hit bump into this EasyJet.
November 48.
Alright, so I think engine 2, we have one good engine. Go ahead and select the next one. We're going to go ahead and stop pushing back now because we don't have a lot of space. It's getting very crowded very fast. Stop pushback. Alright, so fuel is good. We got fuel loaded up. We got passengers loaded up. Seatbelt signs are on. Our safety crew and everybody's all on board. Got our flight attendants. All the food. Won't be too long of a flight, but we should be just fine. I have not checked the winds just yet, so let me go ahead and do that to see if we're gonna have any if the wind will be in our favor today. Just need to copy my flight plan to SkyVector and see what SkyVector says the winds are today going into Vienna. Oh god. Oh wow. Whatever. Let's see. Oh god, we're about to get killed by a big old A380. Is that what that is? Winds are not too bad. They're gonna kind of be. We have like a crosswind the whole way. Actually, we'll have some good winds coming out of London. A good tailwind coming out of London, but once we get over Dusseldorf, it'll be more of a crosswind. All right, so let's go ahead and request taxi to deactive. We are holding up traffic. Wow, look at this British Airways family. I think we're gonna have another commercial going on today. We got a British Airways 787, and 747, A3, everything. We got the whole Airbus family, the whole British Airways family behind us. All right, just waiting for the for good to go. We do have both engines on, and we have 2. Oh god, this is what happens on training server. This is what annoys me. This is what annoys me.
London Heathrow ground. Sierra Quebec 1 Romeo Lima. Ready to taxi. Ryanair 154. Continue taxi. Continue taxi. Ryanair 154. Sierra Quebec 1 Romeo Lima.
So technically, and I can complain all day about things that happen on training server, but I shouldn't because I expect it. Where did you find Austrian Air? I was looking for Austrian Air. Because I was going to fly Austrian Air instead of British Airways. Because Austrian Air also has a flight that flies this exact same route. But I couldn't find which aircraft did it. It looks like the A3, what's that, A321? Alright, I don't know what's up with freaking ground. I'm moving because I'm tired of these people freaking being on me right now. So I'm just going to get next to this KLM 708 and still wait for him to give us approval to be taxiing to the runway. He hasn't said anything to any of us, it doesn't seem like. Trying to get clearance of his wing. I'm just going to park right next to him. And again, I know I probably shouldn't be trying to be realistic on training server, but I can't help it. I can't help it. Alright, our flaps are down. Oh god, we have another aircraft loading up right here. Hopefully he doesn't push back. Just a little update though for you guys. I'm only like 5 landings away from making it to grade 4. So I have to be very careful with any violations and things like that. I don't want to like request taxi again because, oh god, now he's going to push back into us. We got to move.
Continue taxi. Austrian 252. Pushback approved.
I'm gonna taxi over here in front of this
Express 96.
2E jet,
Bravo Alpha
just to be
566. Pushback approved. London Heathrow ground.
just to be.
Bravo Oscar
Oh, and there's
Oscar
another
Golf
wing
India
strike.
Echo.
I think we went
Ready
under.
for
We're okay.
pushback. Pushback approved. Bravo Alpha 566.
Where are you going? Don't move, because I did.
London Heathrow
Oh my god.
Virgin 754 heavy. Ready to taxi.
I guess we're just gonna taxi. We're just gonna taxi.
Ready to
We'll
taxi
take
to
27.
27 left.
I think this is
Bravo
left.
Oscar Oscar Golf India Echo. Pushback approved. Bravo Oscar Oscar Golf India Echo. Pushback approved. London Heathrow ground. Austrian 1348. Ready for pushback. Virgin 754 heavy. Continue taxi.
Yeah, only reason I fly a
Virgin
training server
754
is
heavy.
so that I'm able to
Continue
fly with you
taxi.
guys.
Pushback
When I do
approved. Bravo Oscar
when I
Oscar
do
Golf India
expert
Echo.
server,
Virgin
few of you can join me still, but most of you can't. And I get a lot of complaints when I fly expert server. So I give training server. Oh god, didn't I just tell you to not taxi through the dirt and grass, and yet you guys still do it? Oh great. And now we're all dead. Now we're all dead. Leonardo, we are at London Heathrow, and I'm gonna go ahead and contact Tower and see if he's gonna give me. I don't want to request takeoff because we're not first in line. Look at this. Look at this mess. Look at this mess.
London Heathrow Tower.
Only way to ignore the mess is kind of look through the cockpit view. Anyways, we'll just, you know, pretend like this is not happening right now.
Ryanair 271. You're in an
Yeah, casual
active
doesn't use
airspace.
ATC at all.
Please contact London
I mean, you
Heathrow
can
Tower
use
on
Unicom, that's about it. But you can't. ATC doesn't. You can't actually be
Line up and
ATC.
wait,
And
runway 27 left.
so we've
Line
died
up
10
and wait, runway
times
27 left.
since we've
EZ
got from the
881
gate.
Super.
So
Line
I
up and
apologize
wait,
for
runway
killing you guys.
27 left. World Express 96.
Yeah,
Emirates
I am
192
very
heavy.
close to
Runway
switching to expert.
27 right. Cleared for takeoff. Make right traffic.
I'm very close.
London Heathrow Tower. Sierra Quebec 1 Romeo Lima. Ready for takeoff at runway 27 left. Remaining in the pattern. London Heathrow Tower. Ryanair 271. Ready for takeoff at runway 27
Very, very
left.
close. The good thing is I do have my flight plan and
Cleared
everything
for
copied,
takeoff.
so
Runway
it won't be
27
very
right.
hard to switch to
Emirates
expert and just
192
copy my flight
heavy.
plan in and just leave
Ryanair
from London. We won't have any
271.
ATC,
Runway
but
27
ATC's
left.
not doing anything
Cleared for
anyways.
takeoff. Cleared for takeoff. Runway 27
Like, I don't even know who
left.
he's talking to.
Ryanair 271. Kilo Lima Mike 708. You're in an active airspace. Please contact London Heathrow Tower on 118.5. London Heathrow
Captain
Tower.
Wombaba,
Bravo
Gabriel, what's
Alpha
going on, man?
566. Ready for takeoff at runway 27 right. Departing
Yeah,
straight
it's
on.
getting annoying. It's not
London
only getting
Heathrow
annoying to
Tower.
me, but it's getting
Sierra
annoying to everybody
Quebec 1
watching.
Romeo
So
Lima. Ready for
I'm
takeoff
out of
at
here.
runway 27
I am
left.
sorry for if
Remaining
you
in the
guys
pattern.
are in the training server right now,
November
who are
806
trying to fly with
Golf
me, you
Alpha.
can go ahead and
Number one.
continue
Runway 27 right.
to Vienna,
Clear
but
to
I'm
land.
switching to expert server. I am sorry, but I can't. I just can't. I just can't deal with it.
Bravo Alpha 566. Runway 27
I just
right.
can't.
Cleared for
I'm sorry.
immediate takeoff.
All right.
Easy 881 Super.
So if you
Runway
guys can get in
27
the expert
left.
server,
Cleared for
then go ahead and
takeoff.
join me in expert server. We're gonna
London
go ahead and
Heathrow
do this
Tower.
again.
Virgin
So all I need to
754
do, I
heavy.
think,
Ready for
is
takeoff at runway 27
man, I gotta
right.
put my flight plan
Departing
again.
west.
Now, some of the waypoints I had some issues with, so we're just gonna have to do this manually, which really sucks. So now you get to watch me struggle through flight plans. All right, so we're starting at London Gatwick. London Heathrow, sorry, which is right here, obviously. Plus, I can't just paste them in there because some of the waypoints, there's multiple versions of them, and I have to choose which one for it to go to. For example, DET, there's actually 2 of them. It was a bunch of them, so I had to choose this one right here. And then our next waypoint, and again, this flight plan is in the description of the video, so if you want to use it, it is free to use. DVR, we need to use Dover, not DVR. There we go. And next is KONAN. And I believe it is, I can't remember which one I chose. I think it's this one. One of them takes me to like the other side of the world. So you got to be careful whenever you're importing importing waypoints, because sometimes there's multiple versions of that exact same name on the opposite side of the world, and you don't want to choose the wrong one and then hit nav mode And then you're like, why did I run out of gas? Because you flew to Australia on the way to Vienna. All right, BOMBI. There's one of these waypoints too that don't work. I don't remember which one it is. So once we get there, I'll probably delete it from the description of the video. I think it's OSBIT. No, it's not. This one works. So I'm just searching them one by one and then hitting add to the flight plan because I tried importing the whole thing and it didn't work. See, LULAR. All right. And man, I'm so happy for this feature too. I mean, you remember when I was trying to create flight plans back in the old Infinite Flight, and I was like searching the whole thing looking for it, and I couldn't find them. Yeah, it was just an Abudo is the one I couldn't find. So that one is not an Infinite Flight. That's the only waypoint that I couldn't find. So I will delete that from the description, so you guys don't use it. All right, next, MASUR. And guys, you don't have to do all this. You can copy my flight plan too if you are in here. And then LOWW. Yep, and then Vienna International Airport. I'm excited. I have not been there. Oh, look at that. It's blue. It may change when we get there, but that means it's going to be a very interesting approach. Did I add it? Yeah, okay, there we go. All right, and our waypoint is, our flight plan is created. We are all set and ready. All we need to do is seatbelt signs on, nav lights on, beacon lights on. And again, I don't think we have any ATC. Nope, we don't. So we'll just go ahead and start pushing back. And again, we'll go ahead and start our engines as we back out, just like we did before. We've actually been set back about 10 minutes because of a training server chaos. So we're a little bit behind schedule. Rob, we are in expert server now. Let me go ahead and change that in the title. All right, calibrate. I think we should have enough fuel on board. I'll check once we finish pushing back. I'm not sure if we have enough fuel because whenever we got out of the session, I'm not sure if we kept the same fuel we had the last flight or if we need to reload. So I'm gonna go ahead and check our weight and balance once we get stopped here on the taxiway, or on the ramp, I should say. Yeah, I haven't deleted it, my bad. And all right, now it's deleted. Sorry about that. I have now deleted it. All right. Go ahead and starting the engines up, and we'll stop our pushback. Nico says that British Airways usually does a one-engine taxi. That I didn't know. That's interesting. That's not a bad idea. I mean, it does save fuel, so. Jeremy Cope behind us. What's going on, buddy? Lufthansa A3, I think, 40. What's going on, Sidhart 905? I know, right, Junana? Finally some peace. It feels so, like, I don't know, stressful flying in training servers sometimes. And, you know, a lot of times flying in Infinite Flight, it can be very peaceful and relaxing, and that was the opposite of relaxing. So, again, I'm sorry if you were on the training server with me and I left you there. I apologize, but I just couldn't take it anymore. You will understand once you get to grade 3 and you fly expert server. You will understand, trust me. So, all right, well, we're sitting here. We have one good engine. Go ahead and start the second. I'm not going to do a one-engine taxi today. Now we have the engines spooling up. I will go ahead and drop one notch of flaps. Actually, two. We'll drop 2 notches of flaps. Let's get us a nice left wing view here. There we go. And I think, all right, so let's just do our real quick checklist. We got our seatbelt signs on. We have our no smoking signs, nav lights, beacon lights. We have 2 good engines, 19%, and 1. We have my phone is charging. Check. flaps altitude, check. Our initial altitude today will be 12,000 feet. Our flight level, our cruising altitude today will be 310. And that is all we need. At the moment, we have 9-knot wind. We'll be taxiing over to 27 left for departure. Our arrival runway will be to determine when we get a little bit closer. We do have some interesting weather there, so we'll see how that goes. Let's go ahead and get started with the taxi. I'm just checking one more time, make sure we don't have an ATC. We'll announce our taxi to 27 left, release the parking brakes. Check in front of us real quick because we did have an aircraft ahead of us. And if he doesn't start moving, we'll go ahead and start going. We'll give it a little bit of throttle. And we'll get going. Oh, wait. Before we do that, let's stop and check our weight and balance. Make sure we do have the fuel that I loaded in last time. Yeah, we do. 3 hours and 45 minutes. That's what I put in last time. And that should be way more than enough. The wind will be in our favor for half of the flight. So we should be just fine. All right, so let's taxi. Check on the left. I think we should have clearance on that left wing. Yeah, we do. We're good there. And again, guys, I'm only 5 landings away. Oh, we have somebody on our right side. Oh, that's him. I'm only 5 landings, but probably 4 landings away from grade 4, which I'm pretty excited about. I mean, it's not really much changing, except that my name is going to be green, which is going to be kind of cool. So that's about it. So we'll take the second taxiway over, the one closest to the runway. Somebody else really here. I think everybody on the expert server is flying. I forget where they're flying. I think they're in JFK or something. I can't remember. Alright, so looks like we got 3 guys with us, which I'm cool with that. I mean, I like having, like, you know, large convoys and stuff, but to be honest, I prefer a small group of people if we can all stay, you know, like, not on top of each other. So, alright, I'm gonna just hold short and just make sure everything is good with the aircraft. Check the flight controls, everything like that. Do our run up and all that good stuff. Hit the brakes right there. 69 pilots. We're on the expert server right now. That is in the title, by the way. So I'm going to change that in the description too. Need to update our description. We took out a waypoint and I changed the server we're flying on. I thought we could give training server a try. It just didn't work out today. It didn't. Alright, let's see. Alright, we're looking good. I think we're all good. We're ready to go. Go ahead and announce takeoff from runway 27 left. Departing to the, which way are we going? East? Yeah, east.
London Heathrow Unicum.
Departing to the east, and go ahead and release parking brakes. Turn on our landing and strobe lights. And we'll go ahead and give it a little bit of power. And we'll line up on the runway. And we'll get out of here and head for Austria. I'm excited about this flight, guys. Again, a lot of you guys have recommended me fly to Austria too. And I mean, I can't say I've been putting it off. It's just, you know, I've been waiting to get to it. There's just so many places to fly to. And, you know, Global was still just released like a week and a half ago. So can't fly everywhere that fast. I've also been flying a lot in the U.S. on my own time. But Austria is a place that I've been wanting to fly to because I have heard of how beautiful it is, and I'm excited to get there. So we're finally headed that way. So I hope you guys enjoy the view. All right, make sure your seatbelt signs are on. We're about to prepare for takeoff. All right, throttle up. Alright, we have an 8-knot crosswind, but we should be just fine. I'll keep it on the center line as best as I can. We'll probably climb about we'll probably do our initial climb around 2,800, maybe even 3,000 feet per minute on the way up.
V1.
And wind kind of pushed us to the left, but we're okay. Gonna try to hold runway heading and bring our rudder back.
London Heathrow unit.
There it is. Alright, gear up. We do have positive climb.
Runway 27 left. Departing east.
We're gonna lock our heading right there. Put the nose down a little bit. We're at 4,000 right now. I want to bring it back down about 3,000 right there. Should work. Let's take a view outside. Gabriel rotating right behind us. We got Speedbird on the ground, World Express, and we're out of here. Say goodbye to London. I'm gonna probably make a left turn around the airport. Oh crap! Let me lock my speed so we don't get caught speeding. Yes, we're probably gonna make a left turn to the south of London, between London and London Gatwick, towards our waypoint. So we're gonna make a left turn right now. Oh crap, I turned too much. I hate when I do that. My bad, guys. Don't want to make you guys sick in the back. I wasn't paying attention to how much heading I added to it. We're passing 4,000 in a second. What's going on, Bill Gates? Pedro, no, I didn't use any trim. I don't know what trim to use, to be honest with you. To be completely honest with you, I don't know what takeoff trim is. Like, I don't know what to use for takeoff trim, so I never use trim on takeoff.
London Heathrow
but
Speedbird 87 is taking off runway
if you would like to explain that to me, I am open for advice. So, all right, I'm gonna put the flaps up a little bit. But I mean, I've done 200 and something. I've done a lot of flights and have never used trim, and everything seems to work just fine for me. So, a life without trim seems to be pretty good. But again, I wouldn't mind using it. What's going on, Fly the Pilot? Welcome aboard, man. Welcome aboard. We are on our departure out of London, off of our left wing right now. Let's see, what is so yeah, we'll probably fly about 100, and that should get us about parallel with our runway on our left. Alright, passing 8,000, we don't need flaps anymore. We're only going 230 knots. We'll stay there until we get 10,000 and we'll speed up just a tiny bit. Not in a hurry. Not in a hurry today. There's a Nick Wing taking off. We got Jeremy Coate also taking off, it looks like. Exclusive skill, yeah, I know you're Gabriel. You don't have to put caps. "10 miles from north of Gulford." Thank you for that, Toby Taylor. And Pedro, if you would like to explain to everybody in the chat exactly what they need to use trim for, because everybody's kind of curious what they need trim for, because you've made kind of a big deal about it. So now you kind of have to explain yourself, my friend. All right, we're about to be at 12,000. I'm about to level off at 12,000, and from there we'll go ahead and go up to our cruising altitude of 310 just right now enjoying the view over London. It's a beautiful. What time is it in London right there? Like afternoon or so? Let's find out. It is yeah, 2:36 in London. So it's a nice afternoon. Winds. I mean, the weather's pretty nice. It seems on Infinite Flight it may be cloudy. Who knows? But it's looking pretty good. I will go ahead and speed up though. Let's go to about 310. And then we will nice, Wood Express 96 is on the left side. But yeah, then we'll go ahead and climb. I'm just not in a hurry. I'm just kind of chilling right now. This is I actually did a flight yesterday, and I can't wait to explain how that went. Yes, sir, Antonio, I have all my settings up high. And just so you know, guys, in the chat, if you want to get my attention, you do not have to go in all caps, just at my name so I can see it, you know what I'm saying? But, yeah, yesterday we had a very interesting flight. So, a lot of you guys know Find Your Passion. He's another moderator and also a good friend of mine and partner on my Discord channel and stuff like that. He is actually on he just got a new job, and so he went for training in another state in the U.S. And so he had a flight, and he sent me his flight plan and everything. And so I actually flew the flight with him on Infinite Flight. So he's flying in real life, and I'm flying on Infinite Flight at the same time. So our planes were actually very accurately at the exact point. Like I was keeping track of my flight on Live Flight app, and I was tracking his flight on FlightAware. So I was able to see where his flight was and the progression of his flight at the same time of seeing the progression of my flight. And so we were crossing the same cities at the same time. I actually beat him to the cruising altitude, but other than that, it was pretty accurate. He had a lot of turbulence in his flight. I had a lot of turbulence in my flight. So the whole thing was kind of me wanting to see. Let's go ahead and ascend now. I was just wanting to see how accurate Infinite Flight was compared to real world. So what's funny though is it was about a 2.5 hour flight. I was flying a CRJ, which is a terrible aircraft in Infinite Flight. I never recommend anybody ever fly the CRJ in Infinite Flight. It's ugly. The cockpit is just lazy. It's terrible. It is terrible. I don't know if anybody's ever flew the CRJ in Infinite Flight, but it's just ugly. The outside doesn't look too bad. There's only one livery. It's a United Airlines, like 30-year-old, 40-year-old livery that doesn't even exist anymore. So it's annoying. He was actually flying for Delta Airlines, but I couldn't fly it because Infinite Flight doesn't have that airline. Anyways, enough complaining. What's going on, MK Gamer? So, I did the flight. Now, it's a 2.5 hour flight. In real life, they had a CRJ flying this exact flight, right? In Infinite Flight, the max amount of fuel you can fit on a CRJ is about 3 hours of fuel. 3 hours, 3 hours, 15 minutes, 3 hours and a half, something like that. And so, what's going on, CK Aviation? What's going on, Bahamian KJ? Thank you, man. It's pretty cloudy in London. Thank you, man. So, oh, let me turn on nav mode. Oh, I completely forgot about that. Completely forgot about that. So, first of all, the amount of fuel you can fit on the CRJ in Infinite Flight is not enough. So I was only planning on having maybe 30 minutes or 20 minutes of extra fuel on board. So I get about 5 nautical miles away from the airport. I'm on final, and I completely run out of fuel. Now, if you follow me on Instagram and saw my story, you saw what happened. I ran out of fuel on final, and I was only at about 5,000 feet or so. And I was hoping, okay, maybe I can glide it in. So I'm trying to glide the last 5 miles, and I don't know what happened, but it's just, the plane just didn't have it. Once the engine shut off because I had no fuel, the plane just went into a dive. It was impossible to recover, even though I was still trying to recover, but it was basically impossible to recover it. And instantly I had to die. Okay, landing lights off. Almost forgot about that. Also, it didn't help that my wife was like laying next to me while I was playing, and she was taking my phone and like making it even harder for me. So I wrecked, and we killed Find Your Passion. We killed Find Your Passion on the way into. We were actually flying into Detroit, so it was pretty funny. It was the first time I've actually ran out of fuel. I've been pretty close before, but I've never actually ran out of fuel. So now I know what happens when you run out of fuel. So I probably should have landed earlier. I thought I could actually make it. I thought that maybe when descending and having the engines on very low that I could have made it, but I didn't make it. Yeah, Rice Dumb saw my story. Yeah, it's pretty sad. We killed Find Your Passion, so when we see him in the afterlife. Hugo, this is an A319. We're in an Airbus A319. I like to call it, I know maybe the A318 is a baby bus, but I like to call this a baby bus because it's so little. It's so little. Alright, so we're climbing, and I forgot to set our vertical speed again. I was talking too much. Let's go ahead. We'll climb about 2,500 feet. Yeah, we'll do that. It says fuel remaining is 1 hour and 30 minutes, and our ET is 1 hour and 33. That could be an issue later on. We'll find out if we have enough fuel. Hopefully, we should have enough fuel. I mean, you saw me put 3 hours and 15 minutes of fuel in for a 2 hour, 30-minute flight. So we're gonna climb slowly. So I think climbing at a lower vertical speed may help us with saving a little bit of fuel. I think. So we'll see. But we're now exiting the London region. Yes, CK Aviation. This is actually this is a A319. Yep, Skyhawk Pro Flight Gaming never misses a stream. Don't worry about a stat. No, it's all good, my friend. Don't worry about it, man. Sometimes people get upset. People, everybody. People have their days. Some people have their bad days. I know that he's a good guy, and he's been here since the beginning of my channel. So I think he just had a bad day. Yes, Rice Dumb, I have a wife. MBTA Guy Productions. We are headed to Austria, Vienna, Austria. Oh no, Kadeem. That sucks, man. I think a lot of people, with the release of Infinite Flight Global, got a lot of violations because, you get up there, you set it to like your maximum speed, and then you forget about it. And then you forget that once you get up to like your Mach speed, stuff like that, your aircraft, you have to kind of not slow down, but you kind of lower your indicated airspeed in order to not speed. So thank you, Pedro Ariano, though, for that information. I really appreciate that. Just want to let you know that. Alright, so Nico is saying that I should climb faster. So I should get up to my altitude faster. Yes, Find Your Passion is in Indianapolis already. Alright, so a lot of you guys are saying ascend faster, so let's do that. Let's ascend faster. I'm gonna go up to 4,000 feet per minute. We'll get up there. Let's burn this gas off. Let's see. I don't know. I'm pretty confident we should have enough gas because you saw me. I added plenty of fuel. Once we get to our cruising altitude, we won't be using as much fuel when we get up there. Yeah, I think the one thing that would make this so much more realistic is clouds. Like, you wouldn't probably be able to tell the difference from real life to Infinite Flight if we had actual clouds in Infinite Flight, like realistic clouds, not ugly, puffy FSX clouds. Alright, say bye to London. We're headed out of here. But yeah, I hope you guys are doing great. I had a pretty good weekend. Just relaxing, very relaxing. I didn't really do anything, to be honest with you. Just relaxed, just enjoyed, time off of work. That's what the weekend is for. Skyhawk Pro Flight Gaming, I do not have any kids. Nope. What's going on, Ryan738? Welcome aboard, welcome back, my friend. My question is for you guys, though. What would you prefer? So, I'm pretty sure Infinite Flight is not going to add both. What's going on, Miss Piggy? Thank you for that subscription. Welcome to the Infinite Flight Global. Sorry, not Infinite. Welcome to the Blue Arrow Global family. Infinite Flight stream. What's going on? I'm great. I'm doing great. But my question for you guys is, so what would you prefer? Would you prefer to have clouds? Or would you prefer to have 3D jetways and airports. If you can only choose one for the next update, so like if there was gonna be an update, in 6 months to a year, however long it takes, if the next update was gonna be either clouds or 3D jetways and 3D ground objects, what would you choose? 3D airports or clouds? Let's see what you guys are saying. We got one airport, 2 airport, 3 airport. We got 1 cloud, 4 airport, 5 airport. We got 2 clouds, 6 airports, 3 clouds. So most of you guys are saying you'd rather have airports than have clouds. Now I think that my question is, now let's think about Aerofly 2, right? Aerofly FS2. They have 3D airports, but they do not have 3D trees. They don't have, like buildings. What's going on, GL Aviation? They don't have anything outside of the airport that's not 3D. So only the airports are 3D. So let's think about that as if they were going to only add 3D terminals. That would definitely add a lot more realism to the game. When you're on the ground, it would definitely be a whole lot better on the ground. My personal opinion is, man, it's really hard to choose because clouds would really add so much to the game. But I think that 3D airports would add even more. Now with the latest update with the atmosphere, the way it looks and stuff like that, sometimes depending on the visibility, it can kind of give the presentation as if you're just kind of flying on a clear day, so I can kind of live without clouds. Because the sky looks so good. Let's check our speed real quick. Okay, we're good. We'll go to about 0.85 for cruise. We'll do that. But I can kind of do without the clouds. But I think adding 3D airports would add so much on the ground. Now, obviously, the airports probably wouldn't actually see them unless you're at the airport or flying very close to them at a specific distance or altitude and stuff. We got World Express flying up under us right now. He's very fast. He's 500. Actually, we're going faster than him, but yeah, he's beating us. I'm not sure how that works. I'm actually gonna climb to about 3,300 because if not, we're gonna fly right into him. So I'm gonna climb to the next altitude. You can stay down there, World Express 906, but I'm gonna go to 3,300 just for some separation. But yeah, I think that 3D airports would do it. Oh, I think contrails would have to be added with clouds. I think that when the clouds are added, I think contrails should not be tough to add. As for my personal opinion, I'm not a programmer. I don't make apps either, so I don't really know how hard that is. But I think that with the addition of clouds, I think contrails would come with that. I know that when flying on X-Plane, I always loved seeing the contrails, and I love seeing contrails of other aircraft too. So as long as you can see my contrails, and I can see contrails of other aircraft in multiplayer, I think that'd be great. Because that'd be really cool to be flying around. You see all these little streaks in the air, like far in the distance where other aircraft are flying by. I think that'd be really freaking cool. Wow, so Pedro says he'd rather see contrails than clouds in general. Oh, now another good point is real cockpits. It's so much. There's just so much that can be added to Infinite Flight, and with global now being here, it's like it's so much here. It looks so good now. I'm very happy with how it is right now. I'm very happy with this build of Infinite Flight Global. And yes, obvious, you could add buildings, you could add 3D airports, you could add clouds, you could add contrails, you could add 3D cockpits, but I know that all that's going to come. And also, you have to remember this too, guys. Remember this. They have to this update has to work on iOS 10, which I think goes all the way down to iPhone 5 or 6 or something like that. So I personally think if they were going to limit Infinite Flight Global to like iOS 11 or the equivalent on Android, I think they probably would be able to add a lot more stuff. So I think one of the reasons that it's tough for the developers to add a lot of these really cool features, like cockpits that actually work, like you know, clouds, like what's going on E-Train, welcome back my friend, clouds, all these things, I think is because of the, yeah, it's pretty because of the limitations of people's devices. So if you were going to use a stronger device like iPhone 7 Plus, iPhone 8, iPhone 10, you can probably fit clouds. You can probably fit all those things on the app, because those phones are stronger. They can handle it. They have better, you know, software, stuff like that. But because you have to, this game has to be allowed to play on older devices, they're not able to add those things. So I think that with the progression of technology and all the new phones and mobile devices and stuff like that, I think with that progression, we'll be able to add more stuff to Infinite Flight. All right, yeah, we can go ahead and turn the seatbelt signs off because it is pretty smooth. We do have an 82 knot tailwind with us right now. I'll go ahead and turn the seatbelt sign off. We may get some wind, I think, once we get, let me take a look at the, once we get around Germany. Once we get over Germany, we may get some turbulence. I'm not sure, but we should be good right now. Cruising right now at flight level 330. We have an hour actually left. Speaking of an hour, we are at an hour ETE, and what that means is that I want to do some shout outs to everybody who is here right now. So go ahead and go in the chat and say what's up and where you're from, where you're watching from, so I can give you a real quick shout out. What's going on, Android? I said Android Anthony. What's going on, Anthony? Welcome back, my friend. Welcome back. Ryan Todd from Scotland, E-Train. What up, man? Sup from Portugal, walking fruit. Lightning Escaper, he's watching it from IL, which I didn't remember. I think it's like Illinois or something like that. Kadeem Gordon from Jamaica. Stadno from Denmark. Bill Gates, what's going on, my friend? Lightning Escaper, actually, my bad, that's in the UK. What's going on, Gaming Swar? Toby Taylor from Guildford, UK. Miss Piggy, Olivia from South Korea. Oh wait, I'm confused what that even means. Jeremy Coate, World Express 906. I think he's in front of us. Actually, where is he? I think below us. There he is. World Express 906 from Scotland. I think he said. Is that what you said? Oh my bad. Toronto, Canada. Who else we got in here with us today? I just lost my place in the chat. Pedro from Panama. Bohemian KJ is from Bahamas. Mike Yankee Golf Foxtrot. I'm getting so much better with my alphabet. Ben Pereira from the UK. Sidhart, greetings from India. Louis, he's from somewhere else. I couldn't tell where you were from. Mad SBF Denmark. Dan Norton from Netherlands. Ryan, what's going on, man? Tech Help. Antonio from Germany, Frankfurt. Weather fly over your house, bro. I keep burping. I'm sorry. Ryo watching from Japan. Pretty cool. I'm looking forward to doing a flight pretty soon here to Japan, so stay tuned for that. Pedro, yes, I do know you, but oh god, here we go. Oh my god, what the inner collision. Our first death on the expert server by 787. It's all good. That's why I went up to 33, but it's all good. Anyways, we got Flying the pilot from Perth. Louis Thurnbow, welcome aboard, my friend. Austria in the building. Gaming Swar. Anthony. Nico. Carnegie Map. Thank you, my friend. E-Train, welcome. I think I got everybody. Exclusive Skills, greetings from Germany. Munich, Germany. He's in the 787. Now we got Gaming Swar from the Philippines. Cool. I wish they had scenery in the Philippines. Alright, because we keep flying through him, we're going to go to 350. It looks like we're pretty good on fuel now. It lied to us on our ascent, on our departure, that we were going to be out of fuel. So yeah, we got 3 Jamaicans in here. Miss Piggy watching from South Korea. Istanbul, Turkey, Carnegie. Skyhawk Pro Flight Gaming. Where are you watching from, man? But yeah, we got another Korean in here. Family. Michael King. Let me everybody give him a big hand clap. His first time from Ohio, USA. Thank you, man. I'm also in the USA. I am personally from Houston, Texas, USA, baby. Right now it is 8:57 a.m. local time. Isaiah, what's going on, man? Oh yeah, we do have some turbulence. We gotta turn that seatbelt sign back on. Thank you for noticing. I wasn't looking at the screen.
London Heathrow.
All right, so that was our 1 hour ETE shout out. Thank you guys for joining me once again. You guys are amazing. You guys are amazing. It's so much better flying on expert server. It's so much better. What's going on? Find your passion. Thank you, man, for popping in for a second. I told him the story about how I killed you last night on accident. Ran out of fuel, and yeah, on your way to Indianapolis, that was an eventful flight. All right, so behind us we have Brussels. Cool. A lot of farmland, and there's a few cities around here somewhere. Let's see. Right now we're flying over a bunch of farmland. What airport is that? Let's find out. Oh, that's Brussels. Brussels on our left wing, and ahead of us, that is EBBE, which is, I don't know how to say that name. So, let's see, I think Brussels... Is that Brussels, or is Brussels out there somewhere? But yeah, we're flying over Brussels area. We have less than an hour left to our destination. It's all good. Just keep flying. I had a very bad week a few weeks ago. I was flying with a good friend of mine, and freaking, I wasn't paying attention. Usually, the reason that you get violations is just because of not paying attention. That's what happened to me. So I was taking off out of Palm Springs. This was before the global update, and it was a short flight to like Ontario or something, or maybe LAX. And I flew up above 10,000, and then I was descending down to 10,000, and I wasn't paying attention. I started like doing something else. I don't know what I was doing, and I got caught speeding under 10K, and I did it for so long that I got like 3 violations, and it put me back down because I was grade 3 at the time. It put me back down to grade 2. Which really sucked. I was upset because I had just got promoted to grade 3. So I was very upset. So it takes 7 days to get rid of those violations. So if you're above, grade 3, grade 4, whatever, you can't have a violation from the last 7 days. So it took me a while to get rid of those violations. But you just gotta be patient. Just keep flying. Just keep enjoying flight. I know training server can be pretty annoying at times, but you just gotta keep flying. I mean, technically, you could just not fly if you want to be like that, and just wait 7 days for the violations to go away. But either way, you gotta wait a week basically for those violations to go away, and it's pretty annoying. But I think that the system is pretty good. Look at that crosswind, flying over Brussels right now. This is a tower view. I can't decide what view I want to look at. Alright, we don't need this good stuff right here. We still have a good 80 knot tailwind, which is going to help us on fuel also. Cruising at 0.85. Yes, sir. Seatbelt signs are on. We do have a little bit of turbulence, as you can see from the cockpit right now. It's a little bumpy. I told you guys, we're not actually in Germany yet, but getting close to Germany, and we will have a little bit of turbulence. All right, fine, passion. See you later. Michael King, you fly FSX, but only offline. That's cool. I fly X-Plane, but usually when I fly X-Plane, I fly on VATSIM. Lightning Escaper, you're saying to do touch and goes to get my landings up. Well, I have been. That's why I'm only 4 away. Last week I was like 10, 15 away because I was like 50 away or something like that. And so what I actually did, I think it was Saturday morning, I went to, I think I did it on training server. Just makes sense to do touch and goes on training server. I went to training server and I did about 10 touch and goes at Juneau, Alaska, which is, I mentioned this before in a live stream before. Juneau is like my testing airport. I fly there a lot. It's one of my favorite airports with the scenery and everything like that. So I went there in a Cessna 172 and I did about 10 touch and goes at Juneau, Alaska. And that's how I got, that's why I'm so close now to getting the grade 4. I have plenty of XP. I just need landings. That's all I need. So I did a lot of touch and goes. It was fun. I've never had so much fun flying in the Cessna 172. I actually, speaking of Cessna 172, I don't know if some of you guys were flying on the weekend. Infinite Flight had a little issue. I don't know what happened, but like the servers went down, and a lot of people, it was saying that somebody else was using their account. What's going on, Raul? Somebody else was using their account, and it like shut your engine off. I don't know if anybody else had that issue, but I did. So I was flying a very long flight. So basically, you know, like whenever you want to plan a flight, but you want to do something else at the same time. So it was Saturday. I was actually playing a different game. I was playing some racing, and I wanted to do a flight and just let the flight go while I was racing. What's going on, MK Gamer? And I got in the Cessna 172, and I said, hey, I want to do a long Cessna 172 flight. Let's see how far I can get on 1 tank of gas in the Cessna 172. So I took off out of Florida, in the USA, out of Key West, Florida, and I flew a flight plan from Key West to Daytona Beach. Was it Daytona? Yeah, to Daytona Beach, which is a Kilo Delta Alpha Bravo, KDAP. And it was going to take me about 3 hours or so in a Cessna 172. It was a beautiful flight. I cruised at about 3,500. I was max on fuel, so I couldn't even get to my cruising altitude yet. I had to do a step climb, which I know how to do now. So I started out at 3,500 because I was flying east, and then my final cruise altitude was planning on being 7,500, but the view around the whole Florida region was just so beautiful. The water, flying in a Cessna 172 just really allows you to enjoy the view, take it in slowly, and it was pretty nuts. But what sucks is I was an hour away from landing in Daytona Beach, Florida, and then I got that issue saying that somebody else was using my account, and I was like, what? Somebody hacked into my account? What the heck is going on? I was pissed. I was upset. It's just like, okay, this is not cool. I was like, somebody stole my account information. They're using my account. That's what I thought that meant. I didn't know that the servers were just down. And so yeah, it cuts your engine. I had autopilot on, and my plane started stalling. And the thing was that I was flying on the coast of Florida, but I was off of the coast of Florida. I wasn't actually over land. I was over water. So I was going to have to try to land. I was going to have to try to land or glide back into the Florida region, and I wasn't going to be able to make it. So I actually ended up having to end the flight. It really sucked. But it was really a beautiful flight. I want to try doing that flight again. I want to do a flight someday with you guys on the stream where we take a Cessna 172 and see if we can max it out, see if we can get as far as we can. Do a nice group general aviation flight. I think that'd be really fun. We did that once in Hawaii before global release, but we gotta do that again. Thank you, Michael King, for that new subscription, man. I really appreciate that. Welcome to the Blue Arrow global family. Dang, E-Train, you stalled? That sucks, man. Wow, Ben, it happened to you at the end of an 11-hour flight. That would extremely make me upset. Like, my flight was only 3 hours, and it was in a Cessna 172. I didn't really get very far, but I would have really got pissed if I was doing like an overnighter or something like that, and you wake up and your plane is in crash mode. Yeah, I'd be very upset, very upset. If you guys could let me let me know once we get to those Alps, so that I don't miss it. I'll be looking out the window, but I do not want to miss it. Probably leave it on the outside view. Let's do this one for now. I don't think I've ever flown over the Alps. I think we flew over them on the way to Dubai last time, but we were not really paying attention. And I also don't really know too much about mountains over in the Europe region. So we got a good 92 knot tailwind behind us. Okay, thank you, Toby Taylor. Thank you for that like, Michael King. I really appreciate that, my friend. I really do appreciate that. Waiting for the A350. Gaming Suarez asking, who knows where the fuel gauge of an A320 and the 777 and a 747? No, Andrew, I don't have a Facebook group or anything. Hello from Mars, says Jack. That's another flight I'm gonna do though. We're gonna get some jets and we're gonna see how high we can go. I saw somebody post a screenshot of a F-22. Yeah, F-22. Like in outer space. So we're gonna have to give that a try. Nico says he has a very good route for me. Heathrow to Kai Tak. Where is that? And what country is that? David Gardies, what's going on, my friend? Hello from the other side. Dang, you crashed in the Indian Ocean. That is really sad. Yes, exclusive skill. I have an Instagram. It is in the description. Future Pilot X. Andrew, we're headed to Vienna. Jelly Lad says he just skydived into my plane. Cool. I'm glad you actually survived. Wow, Lightning Escaper says he managed to fly an F-22 to, what is that, 125,000 feet? That's pretty crazy. Literally outer space, yes sir. I want to do that. I think it'd be really fun. I mean, I wonder if you can actually fly to the moon. They say the moon is an actual object in the sky, so I'm curious if you can actually fly to the moon. I think that would take some dedication. I wonder how long it would take you to get there. Okay, cool, Nico, it's in Hong Kong. That's perfect, 'cause I do want to do a flight to Hong Kong. It sounds like a pretty long flight, though. How many hours is that? Like, 12? Welcome back, GL. What is going on back there? It's a little bit bumpy, but we're okay. We're okay. We're not too bumpy. We can still serve drinks and food and stuff. Oh, really? The Alps are south of Vienna. Thank you for that update. David, what's going on, my friend? No, I haven't heard the song Statno. What's her name? How do I say it? Carito Evie. Carito Evie, welcome, man. He says he's new. So thank you for joining for your first time, for your first stream, first flight, first everything. Hope you enjoyed the flight. Hope you enjoy the ride. It's a little bumpy right now, but not much I can do about it except for maybe change my altitude. But I'm not sure at what altitude it will be smoother. And right now we're at 35,000. And it's not too bad, actually. It's not too bad. I mean, it's pretty smooth. We zoom in. You don't see the wings bouncing around too much anymore. I think we got through it now that I think about it. Actually, there it is. A little bit more bumps. But we're okay. I mean, the plane's going to rock just a little bit. We are in the sky. But welcome aboard, man. Thank you for joining us. I think you should use the F-22 to fly to the moon. The reason is because it's the fastest. And you're going to need a lot of gas to get there. Okay, Nico, I don't know if you're in the Discord channel or not, but if you could please add that flight plan to the global flight plans channel in my Discord so that I can go back and check it out. Because it sounds fun. I'm down for some difficult approaches and stuff like that. We had a lot of fun actually. My last stream was to Madeira, and we had a challenging approach. It wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be, but it was definitely a challenge for some of us to land at Madeira. So it was a lot of fun though. Thank you, Michael King, for that respect, my friend. Geo Aviation, what do you say? You literally hear what at every stream? Really? They had a space shuttle? They removed it? I didn't even know that. Credo EV, this flight is only gonna take about another 42 minutes. Let's see, what is our current flight time? Uh-oh, that's the wrong button. Oh well, we'll leave it there. I'm trying to get the flight time. So far we're about 41 minutes. Flight was supposed to be about 2 hours and a half. It looks like it's only gonna take maybe an hour and a half, like I thought it would. And we have Nick Wing catching up with us again, and also an A319er. We're getting extremely close. I think he's about to hit us. He's off to the left a little bit. Can you imagine in real life if you were in an aircraft and you saw another plane this close to you? Well, yeah, if you saw that, we would have died. Right there, we just died. Both of us. That's about 200 passengers just dead in the air, falling for your life. I don't think there's a safety precaution for in-air collision. Because if anybody could tell me if that's a real thing, but I don't think there's any chance for you living if there was an in-air collision with another aircraft. I think that there's no hope for anyone. I don't think Area 51 has a code. I'm not sure actually. I live in the USA and I still don't know where Area 51 is. It's been like kind of said that it's kind of a myth. Antonio says that Pyro has the most difficult approach. Kadeem says we did the wrong airport in Madeira. What airport should we have done? Statin, my favorite type of music. I like a lot of types of music. That's hard. That's really hard. That's really hard. Oh god, and we're gonna die again. Why are we going so slow? That's all good. I don't know. Well, I'll just list some types of music that I like because I don't know how to choose which one is my favorite type of music. Let's see. My favorite type of music is. Yes, we're about to fly over Frankfurt. Let's see, real quick before I answer that question. There it is. Actually, no, wasn't that? What is this? EDDF. Oh, that's Frankfurt. I always get Frankfurt and Dusseldorf mixed up. Dusseldorf is EDD, what, L? Yeah. And then Frankfurt, EDDF. So, about to fly over Frankfurt. That's going to be off of our right wing. I think that's it right there on the ground. Still have about 91 knot tailwind, but we actually have it's kind of crossing tailwind. Yeah, when we flew into Madeira, we flew on the opposite side. It wasn't as challenging as the other side would have been, which when I looked up the flight plan, I was expecting to land there, but the winds were actually in favor of the other. What's going on, Jay Blake Vlogs? Welcome back. So, all right. So back to the question about music. Okay. So let's just go ahead and list some stuff that I like. I like hip hop. I like R&B. Okay. I basically like almost everything. It's just okay. Let's just do this. I like a lot of music. I'll just list what I don't like. That's a lot easier. I don't like country, and that's about it. I don't like country. I like everything else. I prefer listening to like hip hop, R&B. I listen to a lot of like dubstep and stuff like that. I like a lot of dubstep. Obviously from the music that I play on my stream. I like, yeah, I'll show you guys a map. I don't know. Oh, I like, there's a music style called Kizomba. I don't know if a lot of you guys have heard of it. You might have, but I like Kizomba. I like Afro House. I like a lot of music. It's kind of hard to say. I do like Jamaican music. I do actually. I listen to I don't know if Jamaican music is reggae, but I listen to a lot of reggae. I actually do listen to a lot of reggae. It's very chill. Toby Taylor, no, I actually haven't heard that song. Frankfurt for life. Yes, moderators, if you were not in the moderator meeting with us yesterday, if you could please go there, and I added, it's actually a lot to read. We had a discussion yesterday about some of the things that were expected for the moderators and things like that. And if you can't find it, it's because it's not like in the channel. It's in the group. So if you're not in the group, I have to add you to the group. I think I need to add you, GL. I don't think you were in the group. Let me see if I can add you to the group very quickly. Let me see if I can add him. Are we friends? No. Okay, so first I have to add you as a friend on Discord, and then I can add you to the group. Let me see if I can find you, buddy. See if I can find you. I don't know where you are. Oh, there you are. Found you. There it is. Alright, so he's a GL, if you could accept my friend request so I can add you to the group. Alright, we'll say bye to Frankfurt. We just flew over it, and now it's gone. It's in the back. It's behind us. It's in the past. Alright, so we only have about 38 minutes left in this flight, and it's time to start thinking about our approach. So if you can't get to, if moderators, if you can't get to the thing right now, don't worry about it. Just try to, just, chill out in the chat. I'm actually I like these little hills right there. I don't know what this is, but it's really cool. I think being able to see all this area right here from the ground would be really nice in real life. I don't even know where we are. I think this is still Germany. I'm not looking at live flights, so I don't really know where we are. But anyway, let's start talking about arrival. I know we're 30 minutes out, but I just want to make sure that we know ahead of time so we can start descending when we need to start descending. So let's go ahead. We're going to Vienna, Austria. Let's take a look at the weather there. It is no longer in the blue. We have 600 feet is the elevation. Class Bravo airspace. Winds are 320 at 16 knots. We have a pretty strong wind. To be honest with you, I don't know what the 4.9s mean. I can't remember. I always forget. Looks like it might be raining. We have a few clouds at 3600, broken at 4200. QNH is 1013. But it looks like it may be raining in Vienna right now. Starly says we're headed into his country. Cool, man. Well, hopefully you have your eyes up in the sky. We're about to be buzzing your house very soon. We're gonna have to do a jet stream, like an actual jet live stream here coming up, because I've been itching for some jets. I just want to do it in an organized way. I don't want to just be like a bunch of jets flying like randomly. I want to actually like organize something for us to do as jets somewhere. And we'll probably do it on a casual server just to be safe. So nobody gets any violations and stuff like that. Alright, we're about to hit OSBIT in about 1 minute. And we're, oh, I didn't even look. I just looked at the weather. Let's find out what runway we are landing at. Alright, 123, so that means we'll probably come in at runway 34 or 29. Now, guys, what do you recommend? Because I've never been to Austria, and I know some of you have flown to Vienna before, and you know what the approach looks like. So, which approach should I take? 29 or 34? I have the charts. I have all the charts ready. We just need to choose a runway. We don't have any ATC, so that's not going to be a thing. Man, the way this plane turns, it's freaking crazy. What's going on, Jake? Welcome back, my friend. Okay, cool. So the Vienna is the capital city of Austria. I learned something today. All right, we're about to fly over another part of Germany that I don't know how to pronounce. Statno makes a good point too, by the way. Moderators, don't only be nice to the viewers, but also be nice to each other. CK Aviation, what's going on, man? B-29. You talking about the what's a B-29? At the bomber? I'm like trying to think what a B-29 is. Look at the plane right now, guys. We're flying sideways. What's the wind? Winds are 91 knots from behind us, but it's crossing us, which is causing our aircraft to fly at an angle, and we're having some severe turbulence right now. So please, flight attendants, take your seats because it's getting real bumpy right now. That's what I'm trying to decide right now. It depends on what runway we take. I haven't gotten anybody to recommend which runway we should land at. Let me take a look. I'm gonna go to live flight and take a look at Vienna and see if I can see. Because I'm gonna choose 3-4 because the winds are 3-4 or 3-2, so it makes sense to land at 3-4. We have strong winds too, so if we take 2-9er, it's gonna be a pretty strong crosswind. Actually, it won't be that bad. It'll be because the winds are actually right in the middle of 3-4 and 2-9. So either way, we're gonna get a slight crosswind. See if I can find my flight. We were on expert server. Call sign Blue 116. See if I can find my aircraft. We're still over Germany. Okay, I found myself. Sometimes it's so hard to click on, like on the live flight, when there's like right now our group flight is so close together. It's hard to click on one of us. There I am. All right, I'm gonna switch to satellite view. Let's see if I can get a satellite view of Austria. Oh man, it does look good. We're flying to Vienna. We got to do it. I'm probably gonna do a short flight at some point from. Oh my God, look at that scenery around Innsbruck. I'm gonna have to do a flight from Vienna to Innsbruck next. I probably won't do it on this stream. We'll probably save that for tomorrow's stream. Flying from Vienna to Innsbruck. It's a short one, but oh wait, the scenery around there looks very nice on the Google map. So I kind of want to see how that looks on Infinite Flight. All right. Where's Vienna? I lost my place. Oh, there it is. If I can find the airport now. Oh, there it is over there. If you're in Vienna, do you know if the airport we're landing on, is it on the north side or the south side or the east side of... Actually, I think it's this one right here. Yeah, this is it. Alright, we'll take 24. I mean 29. We'll take runway 29. That's where we'll land at 29. That's what we'll do. Alright, let's make that happen. We'll go ahead and draw this out. We'll just probably take a right downwind turn. Exclusive skill, that sounds good, man. You can send me those pictures to Instagram. That's fine. Exclusive skill. Oh, I'm sorry. Krito Eevee. Can I fly to Bangkok sometime? That is in China, I think, right? I'm planning on doing some flights to China. Here. We'll probably connect right here. Let's go ahead and adjust our flight plan for our approach into runway 29. And we'll go ahead and move that up. And we'll make our next waypoint out here. Let's see, where should we go? I'm trying to like kind of draw like a little pattern to get us in there, but I don't want to take too sharp of a turn. Dang it. There's like not really any good waypoints close by that I can use. I don't want to go way far either. We'll just go up here. Yeah, we'll go up here and then we'll go here. And then we'll go here. Actually, I'm going to skip that one. We'll go to that one. And let's put us at runway 29er. So lowy. And now we need to move some waypoints around. Actually, if I just delete this one. Did it work? Yes, it did. Cool. That's going to be our little approach right there. And I might fly directly to that waypoint. We'll see when we get closer to there. But now that we have our little route headed to our runway, we can kind of decide where we need to start descending. Let's see. Let's take a look at our... let's see. Okay, we've chosen our airport. I'm going to go ahead and look at some charts now. Go ahead and pull up the charts for the localizer for runway 29er. See how that looks. Find out what altitudes we need to be at what point. So we'll saying we need to be at about 3,000 at the glide slope. That looks like waypoint. It's kind of confusing how this chart looks like right now. So let's just say we'll be at 3,000 here. Final approach heading is going to be 292. Actually, no, we need to be at 2,400. It's saying our minimum holding altitude for the holding pattern is 3,000. But we actually need to be at 2,400. So we can be at 2,400 there. Let's say we want to be at about 3,000 here. So when we get to the lower airspace, we want to be at 5,000 here. And I'm kind of guessing based on these distances in between here. I just know that it's going to take us a little bit of time to get down to 3,000. And then we drop 600 feet to get there. So let's say we want to be in lower airspace about 5,000 feet. So when we get to what waypoint is before that. Let's find out what waypoint is before that. Probably MASUR. Where is that? Where's MASUR? That's GIMBO. There's MASUR right here. So MASUR is about 29 miles out from where we want to be at 5,000 feet. Which is also about 10 minutes of a flight between, at this speed. It's going to be a little bit slower because we're going to be at about 250 knots at this time. So let's just say, I'm just going to kind of say this out loud, just kind of do my little mindset as far as what I'm going to do. I don't want to go any faster than negative 2,000 feet per minute on vertical speed. Say if we do 2,000 feet per minute at 10 minutes, we'll go down about 20,000 feet between GIMBO and MASUR. So 20,000 feet, we're at 35 right now, so it's only, yeah, so we probably don't even need to descend until we get to GIMBO. But I actually don't want to be at 10,000 at MASUR. We might be able to actually descend. Let's go down to 18,000 at MASUR, and then from MASUR we'll go down to 5,000. So between MASUR and this, we have about sometimes I get confused of like which waypoint that these distances are referring to. So it looks like from MASUR to, actually no, from, hold on. Raul says he's in space. Okay, now Starly, you're telling me to land at 3-4. I wish I would have saw that message like 5 minutes ago before I started planning for 2-9. Okay, fine. We'll do 3-4 because that's the more realistic runway to land at. And since we have a local from Vienna, you actually know that. So okay, we'll land at 3-4. So I have to change everything. Crap. Let's delete a bunch of points. I don't really use flight radar too much because it's just so freaking confusing. Alright, so instead we'll go to the south of the airport for our arrival instead of looping around the other way. So we'll just I kind of want to draw a waypoint like around here, and then we'll go here, and then here, and then here. And we'll just go straight to the runway. Runway 34 at low. And then let's go to my flight plan here, delete the old low, and boom. That's actually a whole lot easier than what I was doing before. Cool, that'll be our flight. And basically we still need to do the same thing. We want to be at 3,000, 2,400 actually when we get here. And then probably 4,000 there, 5,000 here, and let's say instead of 18, let's do 12,000 here. I'm not flying like an actual arrival approach or anything, so I'm just kind of like making up stuff. So 12,000 here, and we'd be all the way down at GIMBO. So all right, so let's take a look. Let's just say we want to descend down to 12,000 feet from here. This is very bumpy still. It's 57 knot crosswind out here. Rocking this plane from side to side. Let's take a look at our flight plan, see how much space we have between LULAR and GIMBO. We have about 88 miles to MASUR. And we actually want to be at 12,000 when we get there. I'm sorry, not MASUR. We're 88 miles from GIMBO, and then another 29 after that. So it's about 100. And let's see, 20 plus 88 is 100 plus, it's like 110-ish miles to all the way to MASUR. I know I'm like trying to calculate descent and stuff and read chat at the same time, and I keep missing a lot of the stuff you're saying in chat because I'm trying to look at charts and stuff. So Nico is saying that flight level 350 times 3 equals 105 somehow. So we should descend about 105 miles out. Let's change this to distance to next. So I've been trying to practice my calculations for descent, and I'm learning it slowly, guys. So be patient with me, please. I know we probably need to start descending like now, but be patient, please. All right, let's just say we wanted to descend about 105 miles out, like he said, about 280 knots. We'll descend at 1,600 feet per minute. So let's go ahead and make that change now. We are about 100 miles out, so we're at our top of descent, or close to it, close enough to it. Going to go down to 12,000 feet at 1,600 feet per minute, and at about 280 knots indicated. Hopefully we make it there in time. Thank you, Jake Stewart, for subscribing, my friend. Thomas Doss, what's up, man? Welcome back. All right, got you, Nico. Thank you for that update. I'm getting... I need to descend at 1,400 feet, 1,700 feet, and 1,300 feet. Terminal, I don't know what terminal we're going to be parking at. Anybody have any suggestions? Isaiah Santiago, what's going on, man? Alright, so Andrew says when we land runway 34, we'll be exiting at the runway end at runway 19, and tour terminal will be on your left. Yeah, like the formula. Let's talk about that. So I did some research about descending and stuff, and since we're good. We're descending. We should make it there just in time. But let's talk about how it's supposed to be calculated. So I know this is a huge question in the infinite flight community. It's even still a question for me because I still don't completely understand it. One, I am not great with math. I don't like math. That's why I actually always use a descent calculator that already calculates my descent for me whenever I'm flying. That's where I get my numbers from, and they usually are pretty accurate as long as I go to correct speed. But let's talk about the rule of thumb that they say. It's a rough guess, and it depends on wind. So right now we have a tailwind, so we actually may get there. We could possibly overshoot our rate of descent because of the tailwind. Because this formula doesn't take into account of wind. But it's a good guess. So basically, we were at 35,000 feet. We wanted to descend to 12,000 feet, which is, let's see, how far is that? I gotta get my calculator on my computer now. Yay, math and school and stuff. I love it. Hold on, I'm about to get my calculator out. All right, so 35,000 feet minus 12,000. Oops, crap, I already messed up. Stupid calculator. 35,000 feet minus 12,000 feet. We're descending 23,000 feet. Alright, so we have to drop the zeros using thousands of feet. So basically that goes down to 12? Yeah, 12. And we multiply the thousands by 3. I'm so confused right now, guys. Evie's asking, do I like the voice that says minimums, spoiler, and approach? Yeah, I actually like the co-pilot voices and stuff. I don't use them on my streams anymore because I get copyright issues with it. Let me just slow down a little bit too. If you were with me a while back when I first started streaming, I always had like the safety recording, and I had a lot of different voices that would talk my stream, which is really fun. But I had to turn them off because I started getting like copywriting notices on my YouTube channel because those noises were copyrighted, and I didn't know that at the time, so I stopped using most of them. I use a few, like I use V1, rotate, stuff like that, but I stopped using the safety recordings for like, you know, all the airlines and stuff because it's they'll try to get you for copyright, and they'll take all of your monetization stuff, so I had to turn them off. Alright, we're in, I don't know how to say that name, Toby. Alright, Nico, I'll catch you next time. Thank you for all your help, man. Thank you for joining us. See you next time, bro. I'm sorry, guys. I will not be doing a flight with anybody after this. I have to go. Like I said, usually, I do like 2 flights, or I do longer flights, but I have a very busy week and have a lot of stuff to do and have some really strict deadlines I need to take care of. So I'm not going to be able to do a lot of flights outside of these streams. I'm not going to be able to do a lot of long streams this week. But next week, we should be okay. I'm able to do some longer stuff for you guys. But I have a lot to do. A very busy week. All right, we're 36 miles out. We're at 26,000 feet. I'm going to descend a little bit faster. So I feel like we may be we were descending a little fast. We're descending to 12,000. Yeah, okay. We have 10,000 feet to go. I was descending about 270 knots. Let's see. Okay, so, I'm confused. Okay, so I'm at 35,000 feet, descending to 12,000, which is about 23,000 feet. Multiply the 1,000 by 3. Oh man, I'm gonna have to do this some another time. My head hurts. Wow. So Raul right now is doing a space flight. He's at wait. I don't even know how many zeros that is in the chat right now. It looks like let's see, 17. Is that million? You're at 17 million feet? Is that right? You're at 17 million feet and now he can see the whole world. Can you get back in the world? Yeah, please show a screenshot. I want to see that. Anyways, I'm gonna do my best to learn the descent calculations correctly so that I can do it easily, so that later I can teach you guys how to do it. But right now I'm gonna keep using my descent calculator because the worst time to be trying to do math and descent is during your descent. All right, so where are we right now? We're flying. We're in Chechnya. I don't know how to say that country name. We're almost in Austria. Almost in Austria. a good looking plane. Welcome back, Oscar Satch. I guess I streamed for the perfect time for you. You just got out of school. Yeah, I don't recommend anybody flying a modded version of Infinite Flight. I don't. Alright, let's go ahead and check on our descent and everything. We're about 10 miles from GIMBO. Well, I think we're pretty good though. We're still 30 miles out from, actually 40 miles from MASUR. And we have about 5,000 feet to go. So we should be pretty good on our descent right now. It's been a pretty good flight so far. A little bumpy here and there, but it's been a pretty good flight. Gamer King, what's going on, man? Welcome back. Czechia. Okay. Oh, it's that's where the Czech Republic is. I always wondered where that was. Now I know. We're here. Yes, sir. All the mods are Blues Clue. Blues Crew. Alright, passing Jimbo now. And I think we're just fine on our ascent. I will check the map one more time just to make sure everything is looking just fine. We'll be at 12,000 when we get to MASUR, and then we'll descend down to 5,000. And see how far that is. Let's go ahead and calculate what that's going to be. From MASUR to there, about 45 miles. We'll be at 12,000. We'll be at about 250 knots. Down to 5. So we're gonna only need to descend about 800 feet per minute from MASUR once we get there. Got some mountains over on the right side of us. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna do a flight to Innsbruck tomorrow. From Vienna to Innsbruck. We'll kick it in Austria. Do another Austria stream. Gustavo Games, what's going on, man? Welcome back, bro. And we're flying right over, or right under 787. Once we get close, we will need a little bit of separation. We have a lot of fuel. Look, we said we have like 9 hours of fuel. And earlier on, it was red. It always worries me a little bit, but I knew when we loaded up on fuel that we had enough. You're hearing double audio? You shouldn't be hearing double audio. Which flight, George? Which flight are you talking about? This flight is on expert server. We started out in training server and that didn't work out. So we switched very quickly to expert because I couldn't take it. I couldn't handle it. Didn't want to deal with it today. It's like sometimes it's kind of a hit or miss. When we flew to Madeira, or out of Madeira, well, no. Yeah, when we flew from Tenerife to Madeira, oh, here we go. When we flew from Tenerife to Madeira, we did training server and actually did pretty good. Everybody was very good as far as, you know, not taxiing each other, taxiing on the grass, all that kind of stuff. It went very well. But I thought maybe we could do that again, but I was wrong. When is flight to Dublin? I'm not sure. Andrew, I cannot dump. You can only dump fuel in heavy aircraft, such as, I believe, probably the 767 and up. Maybe even 757, I'm not sure. Nice, Thomas. You're flying from Dubai to Madagascar. I've been thinking about doing a flight to Madagascar. I just haven't got to it yet. I will. I don't think there's any scenery in Madagascar. Not HD. I think because I wanted to do a flight to Madagascar last week, and I went to Madagascar to check the scenery, and it looked like Brazil. It looked bad. Oh, Michael, you had the stream open twice. Well, thank you for the 2 views. What's the difference of the training server and the expert server, except for the idiots? That's about it. That's it. That's the only difference. There's no other differences. ATC can actually ghost you and report you. On training server, you can't actually ghost or report anybody. You can report them, but you can't ghost them. On expert, the ATC can ghost you for whatever reason they like. My favorite European airline. Don't know. Where are we anyways? Let's check where we are. Make sure I don't all right, we're almost to Missouri. I just want to make sure I didn't miss my my next waypoint. I don't know. What is my favorite European airline? Give me some choices. What are my choices? Tomorrow's flight, I haven't decided which server I'm going to fly with. I might give training server another try, but we'll see. I really do actually, like the more I keep seeing people doing it, and I really do actually want to do a flight to around the world. Alright, so let's go ahead and we'll just slow down about 240 knots. Put the spoilers out so we can get that down quickly. I'm going to change our altitude down to 5,000 feet. And we only need to descend, I think it was like 600 feet per minute to get there in time. Let me make sure, actually it's 800 feet per minute. And that should get us at 5,000 feet right where we want to be. World Express, Jeremy Cole has some very good separation ahead of us, so we'll let him stay there. And if our Boeing 787 behind us, November 708 Hotel Foxtrot, if you could slow down, please, and give us some separation behind us, that'd be great, so that we can get in. We could all have our chance of landing in Vienna. And I hope you guys can't hear my stomach growling. I am very hungry. After this flight, I'm going to eat and then go to work. Alright, what's our speed right now? We're at 240. We can go ahead and turn those spoilers back off. Anas, can I fly to Doha with Qatar? First of all, I don't know where Doha is. Second, I'm down to do any flight, but again, I always say, please add your flight suggestions to the Discord channel, because I'm not going to remember every single flight request that you say in the chat, and I'm not going to do it right now. Well, I wouldn't say Emirates is a European airline, because it's not. I mean, you wouldn't say Emirates is European. It's not in Europe, so you can't really say that Emirates is fair to say that they're your favorite airline for European airlines. And you said European airlines, so that means they have to be from Europe. Man, Thomas, that is a great idea. That is a great idea. I love it. It's a great idea. So Thomas is saying that I should create a flight plan that flies me. Oh, look at the lights coming on. You see that? The lights just came on in our Airbus because of the time. I don't know what time it is here, but let's see what time it is. It is it's about to be 5 o'clock. But what he's saying is to create a flight plan that takes me around the whole world, flying to all the countries that I've always wanted to visit, and that's a great idea. I think I'm gonna get started on that as soon as I can. I think what I'm gonna do, and we can probably do a series. We can do a YouTube series where we fly to around the world, flying to and from every country that I want to go to. I think that's a good idea. Thank you, Thomas, for that suggestion. I really like that. Lightning, you're saying I should descend faster. You think that 800 feet per minute is not going to get us there in time? We have 26 miles. We're at 9,000. Let's check that, because you may be right. We'll do ETE. So next we have about 5 minutes to get down to 5,000 feet. We only need to go down about 4,000 feet. We'll go 1,200. We'll do that. That should get us there in time. That'll get us there in time. All right, so again, we have really good separation ahead of us. We just need some better separation behind us. So if, again, I think that is Gabriel. Gabriel, if you could slow down to probably 220, maybe 210 knots for separation purposes, that would be great. Thank you, sir. Got the sunset on the right, and I think that's the Alps. I'm not sure if you guys could confirm with me. I think that is the Alps on our right wing right now. Alexa, as we are flying to Vienna, Austria, the capital of Austria. Miguel, we've already flown to LPPR. That was like my second global flight that I did in the stream. That video is up though if you want to watch it. Probably won't be flying there for a while. We have a whole world to fly to. There's so many places to fly. It's hard to go back and fly somewhere a second time. Like whenever they have events, like at San Francisco or LA, or if these airports I've already been to, I kind of hesitate to fly them because I've already been there. But a lot of times I still fly them because I want to fly in the event in the ATC. I want to do a cargo flight too. We haven't done a cargo flight yet. Sir 24, welcome back, man. You said you just got out of college. Pretty cool, bro. Jake Stewart is back. Hi. Alexis, we're on the expert server, so I don't know if you can be ATC on expert server, but we're headed to Lima Oscar Whiskey, which is Vienna. Yes, Miguel, it is on current time. Oh, my bad. Apps are on the other side of Austria. I don't know nothing. My current vertical speed is 1,200. And we're actually already at 5,000. We're actually here early. So, we're good. We won't be at 5,000 here, and we'll descend to 3,000. So I think that what I had before, actually, I think that was okay. It's still very bumpy, though. As you can see, the plane is rocking back and forth. It's still very bumpy. We have a jet. Looks like it's looks like it's Alexis and the F-14 intercepting us. Be careful. You are on expert server. So be careful you don't speed and stuff like that. And I apologize to some of you guys if I'm a little behind on the chat. I'm trying to keep up. I'll only be on the chat for a little bit longer, because then I'm going to have to pay attention to our approach. My personal opinion, what is the best way to get grade 3? Fly successful flights and don't get any violations. That is my suggestion. Now, if you want to do it really fast, I suggest you do a ton of stop and goes. or not stop and goes, touch and goes. So if, you know, find an airport that you enjoy or something and just do a whole lot of touch and goes for a long time. That'll get you a lot of XP and it'll get you a lot of landings. That is my suggestion if you want to get the grade 3. Now,
London Heathrow
I recommend you
Union,
actually,
9
you know,
Sierra Mike Lima
do
is on
legit
final.
landings and stuff,
Runway
because the reason I say that is
27 left.
because grade 3 is higher standards. You don't want to just cheat your way up to get into grade 3 and you still be a sucky pilot. You need to get used to the aircraft you're flying. You need to actually gain the experience. That's the whole purpose of training server, is to actually gain the experience and stuff like that. So I still recommend people like do like legit flights and gain experience in their favorite aircraft and the aircraft they're gonna be flying, because when you get to expert server, it's gonna be embarrassing when you're in front of all these grade 3s and grade 4s, and you don't understand ATC, you can't do a successful landing. You know what I'm saying? So do your best while in training server to learn how to fly ATC correctly, learn how to do landings, learn how to do some of the basic procedures, because when you get to expert server, they will ghost you. Like, it doesn't matter if you're grade 3 because you've had a whole bunch of landings and a whole bunch of XP, but you still taxi at 50 knots. You still take off of the grass. You still taxi to the grass. Like, that's not okay. That's not acceptable on expert server, and you will get ghosted and you'll be knocked right back down to grade 2. So I let's go ahead and descend now to 3,000. Oops, I keep passing it. And we'll descend. We only have about 2 minutes, so we'll go about 1,000 feet per minute. Like that. Turn the landing lights on. We are low enough for that. I'm going to stay at about 240 knots only because he's so close to us behind us. So once we get closer to this little turn we got to make, I'll slow down to probably 190. We'll go down to 190 when we get to that next waypoint. So back outside. Now, I was not expecting a sunset arrival today, but it looks like we're going to get one. Flying over the beautiful farms of Austria right now. Yeah, tomorrow our flight's going to be from Vienna to Innsbruck. Alright, so we'll fly to Innsbruck tomorrow so we can see the Alps. Thank you, Toby Taylor. I really appreciate that. Thank you for sticking around. We're almost for our landing. I'll look at screenshots after the flight. I'll also post screenshots. I haven't taken a lot of screenshots this flight. Let's do a real quick right wing view. And it's not that great. It's okay. Not that impressed, honestly. I'll take a screenshot just because. But we'll come back out here. Still very bumpy. We got a World Express over there. He's on a looks like he's on final. Yeah, he's turning final. Let's go ahead and slow her down. Actually, I'm gonna go down to 180, and we'll put in 1 notch of flaps. We'll also go ahead and landing at, what did we say, 3-4, and then we'll go ahead and tune in to Vienna International. Report our position as we are on a left base. Runway 34.
Vienna Unicum. Blue 116
almost there, guys.
Is on left base. Runway 34.
I know, I can't believe I was still tuning to London Heathrow. I completely forgot to turn it off.
Vienna Unicum. United KLM is on left base. Runway 34. Vienna
Thank you,
Unicum.
Miguel. Thank you
World
for that, my
Express
friend. Thank you for
96
joining.
is on final. Runway 34.
All right, guys. I'm not gonna be looking at the chat until we get on the
Unicum.
ground. So,
November 708 Hotel Foxtrot is
wow,
on
look
left
at that
base.
wind. Let's take a look at the
Runway
weather
34.
really quick and Lloyd before we turn final. Okay, it says no weather. That's great. That is a lie. Looks like our weather information is not coming in like it should. Where we are, we have 43 knots at our present position. And again, I need some separation behind me so you don't land on top of me. We have an F-14. Yeah, F-14 behind us. All right, so we're good. We're below our glide slope. We are at 180. gonna go put our second notch of flaps in. We're about 10 miles out. It looks like our there it is. That's our, yep, that's it right there. That's the airport. It'll slow down to about 170. We'll arm our spoilers. Calibrate. We're good on fuel. We still have 2 hours of fuel, so I mean, we're very good on fuel. I'm gonna go ahead and drop the gear. Watch it drop. Wrong side. There it is. So as of right now, we have 44 knots of wind. That can't be right, but we are right above like this big mountain thing. So I'm not sure. There's the F-14 escorting us to the runway. So far so good. It's very bumpy, so I am going to go ahead and try to lock on the approach mode. We're going to attempt to use approach mode. It may or may not work today, but we're going to try it. Alright, put in the third notch of flaps. Go ahead and report position as we are on final. Runway 34. At Vienna Unicom. There's approach. We'll lock it in right there. I think I pressed it. Yeah, I did. Winds are very strong, 43 knots. That can't be right. I don't believe that's right. Let's see if the weather, I don't know if the weather downloaded. Still no weather. Still no weather. I'm gonna have to check somewhere else to see what the real weather is. EGLL-LOWW.
Vienna Unicom.
Let's see, I'm using a different source to get my. Okay, that's not right. Okay, so the ground winds should be still about 16 knots at 320 is what it says. It's very bumpy too. Let's go ahead and put it in the full flaps now. We're 5 miles out. Don't really need this map anymore, so we're gonna turn it off. Oops, wrong button. Alright, so approach is in control right now. Alright, Raul is saying that the real weather is actually 17 knots. So it should go down as we get lower. We're still at just under 2,000 feet. Which I'm pretty sure is still wrong. I don't think the weather has updated since we got to the ground. Looks like we see World Express 906, Jeremy Coate is on the ground now. And we're right where we need to be. As you can see, that light, those lights to the left and the right of the runway, where it says it's red and white. If it's red and white, that means you're at the perfect altitude. If it's all red, that means you are too low. If it's all white, that means you're too high. Those are called PAPI lights, and it looks like they're actually working. So we're pretty good. Let's take a look behind us and make sure this guy is not yeah, he's still right there. Again, Gabriel, if you can maintain slow as practical. Alright, this is real quick to go through the checklist. Our spoilers are armed. Let's see, where's our spoilers? Where are they in this plane? I think they're right there somewhere. Oh, they're right there. Spoilers are armed, flaps are full, throttle still on auto. Don't have any trim put in right now because the airplane is handling all that. We're going to go ahead and slow down to about 140, maybe 135.
500.
Yeah, I need to slow down.
400.
I'm actually going to hit the spoilers just a little bit to get our speed down and then go back to armed.
300.
Alright, here we go, guys.
200.
It still says 34 knots where we currently are. And this plane acts like it doesn't want to go down. Now we're too high.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Alright, flare. And we're down. see, I'm taking a look outside. I know we have an aircraft right behind us, so I'm gonna try to take this very first exit. So we have some friends here. All right, there we go. We're good. Nice, and we made it to the first taxiway. Amazing. Welcome to Vienna, Austria, guys. It's my first time here. We made it here before the sunset too. Alright, I'm gonna stop here right after the whole short line, give a little space for the 787 behind us. Put our brakes on, and we'll just go ahead and turn our actually we don't have to. I'm just gonna turn the power off, let it roll. Let spoilers up, flaps up, jump inside. I'm not sure where we're gonna park. We'll calibrate. We have F-14 ahead of us. Take a look at the map. And yeah, we're good. Turn landing lights off, strobe lights off. We're just like coasting right now, 26 knots. I'm not even, oh god, wrong button. That was a good flight. That was a nice flight. It was a very nice flight. I was actually expecting to see a little bit more scenery on the way into Vienna, but I think that most of the scenery is to the south of Vienna, so we'll see more of that tomorrow when we fly to Innsbruck. But I'm still not, I mean, I'm not upset at all. I mean, the flight was very good. It was, I kind of like some of these like nice and short flights, very peaceful. We didn't have to deal with the chaos on the ground of training server today because we were on expert, so everything went very smoothly. The landing went very smoothly. We had a very bumpy ride most of the way. Had a lot of turbulence. We'll just go ahead and taxi over here next to Jeremy. We'll just follow the F-14. I guess Alexis will escort us to our parking spot also. It's kind of like the little follow me car, but that's our follow me jet. Oh god. I'm trying to look at the chat for a second and my plane's already off the middle line. I thought I had it calibrated. Yeah, right now we're on the ground. We're at 20 knots on the ground right now. So the good thing is that it wasn't an actual crosswind. The wind was basically directly in front of us, so we didn't have too much issue with doing a crosswind landing. It was just a lot of wind in general. Didn't have any gusts or anything like that though. Uh-oh. Oh no. Oh, we're never safe on the ground. We're never safe. We're never safe. You know, honestly, in real life, I feel the same way. Like, not in airports, but whenever I get home from a long trip, and I'm in the car on the ride back to my place, I always feel, I'm like, man, I felt so much safer when I was on the plane because people drive so freaking crazy on the roads out here, and like almost every corner you're almost getting into a wreck. All right, we'll just park right here. And so I'm like, man, I feel so much safer when I'm on the aircraft than when I'm on, dang. Sorry guys about that hard turn, but I always feel safer in the air than I do on the ground, even in real life. But hello Vienna, we here, we made it. We made a flight report complete. We'll go ahead and check that real quickly while we're at the gate. 80 out of 100 made $3 million. Passengers on board 86. Passenger satisfaction was good. I'll take it. We'll hit save, and we'll just get out of that. And go ahead and come back here, and we'll shut the engines off. And sir, that is not a parking spot, Mr. Gabriel. That is not a parking spot. Just so you know. Anyways, we're here. Engines off. Engine off. Seatbelt signs are off. You're now free to move about the cabin. We'll leave the nav and beacon lights off because we do still have people on board this aircraft. And pretty cool. Thank you, Alexis, for the late escort. Had a lot of fun actually flying this thing. A lot more fun than I thought. I've actually never flown this aircraft like I said earlier on in the stream. And again, guys, thank you all you who have joined me in the flight. Thank you guys who joined me on the chat. Also, and take a nice little group flight for us. Look at you two. Look at you two over there holding hands. But it was a good flight. I had fun. Thank you guys again. I need to take these pictures before the sun goes down. I feel like we're starting with the bigger aircraft all the way to the small one. Let's take a real quick screenshot. This will be for Discord. I'm probably not going to post this one on Instagram. It's just not that pretty, to be honest with you. I don't even know what shot to take. I'm just like kind of like, yeah, I don't know which one. I don't really like any of them. All right, guys. Well, again, guys, thank you guys for joining. Had a lot of fun. Actually, let me look at the chat now because I haven't been looking since we got into our final approach. Leo Tang, thank you guys. Thank you, man, for joining us today. I'll fly in the training server when they start being more legit. And I don't know. I always decide which server I'm gonna do right before I fly, so you'll know when I get on which server. I always put it in the. Thanks, Thomas Dawes, Captain Mumbaba. Go ahead and drop your name or a smiley face, whatever, in the chat right now, and I can go ahead and shout you out before we get out of here. Alexis, thanks again for the escort. Yes, Alexis, you will get a co-pilot if you are in Discord. I just got to find you in Discord. Send me a message in Discord, and I got you. Heike Heidi, yes, Everest is a good idea. I just need to find it. Destination game, my usual time for streaming is around 12:30 to 1300 Zulu. That is 8:30 Eastern. Nico, thank you for joining. Walking Fruit, thank you for moderating again. Mr. Sloth, goodbye. Michael King, Raul Starley, again, thank you for moderating. Thomas Doss, Captain Wombaba, Nico, Leo Tang, Jack, Lee Geek, Do 74. I play on the iPhone 7. Thank you for joining us then. Andrew Cunningston, Anthony Vo, Planes and Trains channel, thank you as usual. The Walking Fruit, thank you as usual. Luke Man, no, this is my last flight for this stream. Thomas Short, if I finish enough work today, which I probably won't, I'll stream again today, but it's very, very unlikely that I'm going to do another stream today for Infinite Flight. Jake Stewart, thank you for joining. Jake, Jack Mail, Anders Sacristan, whatever. Exclusive Skill, Jeremy Colt, thank you for flying with me, man. Yeah, he just broke your wing off. Fui Lillian, who else we got in here? I think that's everybody as of right now. JVN Johnson. Am I going to do JFK to EGLL? Not today. Butter the bread on that landing. Thank you, Michael King. Playbot. Thank you, my friend. Thank you for joining. Thank you, everybody who's been here. And thank you, everybody who's new. Jelly Lad, thank you for that. Thank you for flying with us also. Again, guys, thank you for flying Blue Arrow Global. Hope you get to your final destination. Happy landings. You got 3 choices. Either you give up, give in, or give it all you got. As usual, you know, peace, love, and God bless you. Thank you, Dylan, for flying with us today. Who else? I want to make sure I don't miss anybody. Isaiah, thank you. Ooh, my stomach is growling. It's time to get off of this plane. I think I got everybody. I will be posting the screenshots that I took on the Discord. I didn't take very many this flight, but I'll be posting what I do have. So thank you again, guys, for joining. I'll catch you next time.
nothing changes.